Welcome back to another Rose City Reptiles video. I'm Joey. This is Rose City Reptiles, and in today's video we're out in the TEGU yard and we are starting to get some of these enclosures ready for spring. I'm going to show you how we do that and how we do that for free. We're going to enter this enclosure. I'm going to go through some of the things that I like to provide for my TEGUs in their outdoor enclosures, and I'm going to show you guys kind of how I get that ready. Something I like to have in the enclosures is not only a log like this one for them to climb on, bask on, and everything, but this log that it's on is actually completely decomposing. You can see, I mean, I can dig my hand and pull out the log here, and the TEGUs absolutely love this stuff. Like, once I put the TEGUs in here, one of the first things they do is they're gonna rip into this log. They like doing that. They like using their claws and just ripping into it. And so as I go through the enclosures, a lot of the logs that we've added from the previous years are decomposing, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's a good thing, but it leaves us needing to do something today, which is gather some new logs. You can see this enclosure has a really healthy log here. This one's pretty solid still. They're not going to be able to rip that apart too easy. But this one is starting to fall apart a little bit. In today's video, there's something that I'm going to show you guys. And that is where I'm going to go to collect some logs. Now, I already went out this morning and I've got some of these logs. I don't know if you guys can tell. These are pretty large. These are about, you know, about 10 foot long here. They're heavy, they're big, but I found a honey hole. So what we're gonna do in today's video is we're gonna get this enclosure right here ready. So we took a look at these ones. They're looking good. We're just going down the line. But if we walk in here, it's just kind of bare. You can see this is the log from last year. This log was put in here 2 years ago, and last year they ripped it up. There's only little piece left, and they're still gonna, I'm gonna leave that in here. They're gonna enjoy going through this and ripping apart whatever's left of it. And you guys can see, you know, there's a lot of goodies here. This is a great, you can just see how it's just decomposing, going right down into the earth, into their enclosure. But I want to add at least one more big log in here, maybe two, and kind of, you know, have it a little bit more, have it look a little bit better for me and for the lizards to enjoy and to climb on stuff and things like that. So let's look at one more, show you guys kind of how the enclosures are looking. You can see some of them have grown in really nicely, but let's see this log. Oh, you can see, like I said, a lot of these logs are falling apart. Even this one, which I wish this one wasn't. This one's really cool. Has a tunnel that goes all the way through it, but this will be its last year until it's officially part of the soil. So this one's falling apart, so we're going to add another log in here, get something fresh and new. But you guys can see it's looking really lush in here, and they'll destroy it. They're gonna destroy this, but it'll be fun watching them destroy it. So all right, I'm gonna take you guys to my honey hole where I've been finding tons of logs to use. So let's get on the tractor and we'll make our way down there. All right, so I have somebody near my house that I can drive my tractor over onto their property with permission, and they just recently cleared some of their land to put in a house, and there are logs everywhere. There's a gigantic pile back there that I'm about to show you, but just on our way there, I mean, you can just see, you know, what's around. Like, some of these are just a little bit too big. You know, this is maybe if I had some help. Like this one, you know, it's a little bit too massive, but man, wouldn't that look good? Wouldn't that look good? That's a pretty massive log, but that would look cool. And we could always bring the chainsaw and cut up some of these bigger logs. Let's see. All types of stuff right around us. This one's really nice. I'm probably gonna get this one. It's pretty wide, good spot for basking. Oh, and it's heavy. That's every bit of 100 pounds right there. Maybe, no, but that's probably 200 pounds. That thing's big. That's a good, you know, 1.5 feet wide. So that's gonna come with me. But check this thing out, you guys. Oh my gosh. If we could somehow get that back, that would be so cool. But it's, yeah, that has to weigh like thousands of pounds maybe. It's not budging. It is huge, 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 huge. Like from one end to the other, it's about 4 foot, maybe more. That's a big stump. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get this one, and then we will head down the hill, and I'll show you guys like really the honey hole down there. So let's do it. All right, so we loaded up this big, thick, massive log, and we are now at this huge pile of trees. Let's take a look. It's hard to even capture this on film, but this is a lot. There's a lot of trees here. There's a lot of logs, and we're gonna find some stuff that we can use. So let's yeah, let's look around. A lot of what's here is just massive. Now, I'll tell you, what you want to look for is a hardwood. So oak is fantastic. This would be good. This is a pretty good piece, maybe. Just so heavy. Need some help. I might be able to get that out, but let's look around a little more. But yeah, you want to find oak. So this is oak. Things like pine, like this just isn't gonna last. Pine doesn't last long. It breaks down too fast. The oak will be in their enclosure for a couple years before it starts breaking down too much. And then the pine also has a lot of sap, and you don't want that getting on your tegus at all. But look at this piece right off to the side. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's coming with me. Okay, so let's get that loaded on the tractor. So there's one. We're getting that one. You guys can see just the amount of logs. Like, we haven't even been on top of this yet. Let's go look. You can see there's just tons, so much stuff. So let's see what else. There's some more. That's a decent log. Yeah, not every log we need needs to be massive. This would be a good one. That might be enough right there. That log. Those two. I'm gonna get these loaded up, and then we'll head back and start getting that enclosure set up. So stay tuned. Walking into the TEGU area now, and we are going to pick out our logs here. So we're getting quite a nice pile going. I like this. Check out all these logs. Now we're gonna set up that next enclosure. I'm trying to picture it in my head, trying to picture what logs would work well. All right, I think I know. It's time to set this camera up, drag them over, and start setting up this enclosure. This thing is so heavy. Look at that. That thing is massive. It's extremely heavy. But I'm getting it in that enclosure, and I'm doing it right now. That's the only option. So here we go. We got it in there. I'm tired. And Wes just showed up. Hey, Wesley. Hey. All right. Now to get the other log, which seems easy now after dealing with that giant thing. Whose idea was that? That was my idea, and it's gonna be awesome. And there's gonna be lots of TEGUs using it, enjoying it for years to come until it decomposes, and then they enjoy it even more and dig through it and eat the worms. So I'm trying to motivate myself. Now that we got the logs in here, it's time to get them placed. So we finally got this giant log put into place. Had to flip it around a couple times before I was happy with it. And I'll show you kind of what I'm thinking whenever I'm placing a log into an enclosure. I'm thinking of the females nesting. When females nest, they push all the material in the enclosure inside their hide box. And so I don't want to break the enclosure up too much and make that more difficult for whatever female's in here to push her nesting material into the hide. And then also you want to make sure that your log is secure. So what I did here is there's a stone right here that gives it a nice solid foundation to sit on. And then I took another stone, I shoved it in the back here, and this thing is solid. It is not moving at all. I even stood on it and it is in place. But with that, it's still, look under here, it's off. That's why I flipped it around this way, because the log had a slight curve to it, and it provides a really cool area for them. They're gonna dig in here, they're gonna make a tunnel that goes to the other side, and I'm just gonna keep it filled in and let them do all that, because it's all about enrichment. Because you know what, if the tegus aren't happy, I'm not happy. So I really want to see them enjoying their space, enjoying their life, and that comes down to enjoying this enclosure. And so whoever's in here this season, they are gonna get a really cool log to sniff, to look for bugs on, and to lay out on and bask. So I'm not sure about this log. This one, I just have it up against the side right now. I might take it out actually because of how big this log is. I didn't want to take up too much room in the enclosure. And some of that has to do with, you know, if I end up putting a tegu, a big tegu in this enclosure, or small ones. If I put like blue tegus, then I can keep little extra logs. But if I put crime scene in here, you know, he needs a little more space to move around and some free space, not logs everywhere. So the first one here, really cool. You guys know that log is just decomposing. They've got a cool little hollowed out tunnel going into their hide, and this massive brand new log that we just got, and it is solid. All the bark is gone, but it is a solid log that will last a couple of years in here. So this enclosure's looking good. If I was a tegu, I'd want to be in here. So that one's done. The next enclosure, this one looks great. I love the large stone. I remember putting that in here a couple of years ago. It was heavy. Nice big thick log, another log. This enclosure is enriched, looks good. And for the third one, boom, it's this massive several 100-pound log inside, and got the hide. It's looking good. This enclosure looks great as well. So hey, we might as well, let's look at one more. This one, oh yeah, this one was almost looking good too. This one's ready. It has a nice several large stones in here, and then this big hollowed out log in the middle, and the hide in the back. So this one is looking fantastic. So guys, we are getting ready. It's a hot day today, but we still have some weather dipping down into the 30s next week. But after that, it looks like we're gonna be good to go to start moving tegus out. So hope you guys are ready to follow along on this journey. We are about to be vlogging our whole way through, filming as much as we can, showing you guys as much as the process, more than ever this year. Like today, showing you guys what's going on, what it takes to start to prep, and how to add that enrichment to your tegus and get their enclosures ready for free. So these logs were all free gifts from the earth, and we're repurposing them right here into the enclosures for some happy tegus. So you guys are ready to see some tegus in these enclosures, then go ahead, give the video a thumbs up. Hope you guys enjoyed watching us get some of our tegu enclosures ready for spring. We have a lot more to go, so if you guys want to see another video like this, let me know in the comments and I'll film another one. Maybe it gave you some of your own ideas, maybe it gave you some questions. Drop them down in the comments. I'm responding to every single comment that is left on the video. That'll do it for now. I'll see you guys in the next Roasted Reptiles video. Bye.